Hey everyone, Two Angry Frogs here, and we have some new tameable pets with the War Within pre-patch. There are a number of new pets, specifically in Legacy raids, that fall across several pet families, and these have some awesome and unique looks. So let's take a look at where they are and how to get them. But before we begin, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you always know what we're up to next. Now, let's get into it. So before we get started, we should note that several of the new BM Hunter tameable pets are in the undead family. So how do we gain the ability to tame them? Well, if you're an undead hunter, there are no requirements. For all other hunters, to tame these requires learning undead taming from the Tome of Bone Binding, which is a random drop from elite enemies in the Shadowlands, Maldraxxus Zone, and the Plaguefall and Theater of Pain dungeons. All of this is easily soloable content by a decently geared level 70 character, and learning the tome will unlock undead taming for your entire account, so you only have to farm for it one time. In addition, before you start, you might want to grab a few interdimensional companion repository items. This allows you to open a pet stable anywhere in the world for 2 minutes, and can save a ton of time when you're out taming new pets. Given all of these pets are in the BFA expansion, this can save you some time as you are running across BFA zones to grab these pets. These can be bought on the auction house pretty cheaply. When I checked, they were going for 60 gold a piece, and there is no cooldown on these, so you can use them as often as you need. The first two new pets, Grong the Jungle Lord and Grong the Revenant, both come from the same boss in the raid Battle for Dzarlor. These are both in the Gorilla family of pets, with Grong the Revenant being an undead version of Grong the Jungle Lord. Battle of Dzarlor is located in an instanced version of Zuldazar. Alliance players can enter the raid in Boralis, while Horde players can enter the raid in Zuldazar. Because Battle of Dzarlor has both an Alliance and Horde version of the raid, you will need to tame each pet in a separate raid instance with a hunter from each faction. Once they're tamed, they can be used by any hunter, but to actually tame them requires both factions. Even with this restriction, this can be done pretty quickly since both pets are early bosses in the raid. Horde characters will encounter Grong the Jungle Lord, and Alliance will encounter Grong the Revenant. Note that there is quite a bit of dialogue in this raid, so if things seem stuck at times, just wait for a minute and eventually the path to Grong will open. Also, Grong is a boss that will lock you in the encounter area once you have tamed him, so you will need to Hearthstone out once tamed. Our next new pet is a chimera found in the Battle for Azeroth raid Old Deer. To get to the raid entrance, we head to Nazmir at the Heart of Darkness. The new pet, the Fetid Devourer, is the third boss in the raid, and has a very unique look within the chimera family, and it does retain its name after you tame it. Note that as you're moving your way to the Fetid Devourer, if you kill the first boss Talic too quickly, the platform can glitch and return to the entrance instead of staying where you can head to the second boss. If this happens, use the teleporter to teleport to Ruin's Descent, which takes you back to where the passageway is to Mother, the second boss. After defeating Mother, you'll head to the right, and the first passageway on the right is the room leading to the Fetid Devourer. As with Grong, once tamed, it will lock you in the room, although there is a slight time delay in the door closing, so if you tame it near the entrance and then run out quickly, you do have time to escape before the door closes. For our next new pet, we can now tame the Loa of the Kings, Rezan. For this, we'll head to the dungeon Atal Dazar in Zuldazar, which is located in the western part of the Zuldazar mountain. Rezan is located in the Sacrificial Pits and is the first boss in the dungeon, so this is a really fast tame. Simply head down the stairs, jump in the pits, and grab Rezan. This is by far the easiest rare pet I have been able to grab in a long time. Rezan has a really cool and unique gold embossed look among the undead Devilsaurs, and also sports a royal gold helmet and armor. Next, we have an undead Ravasaur, Tazala, which is found at the King's Rest dungeon. The King's Rest entrance is located in Zuldazar, just west of Atal Dazar. Like with Rezan, who we covered in our prior Undead Pets video, Tazala is summoned during the final boss encounter with King Dazar. We will need to get King Dazar to 60% health for Tazala to spawn. Once Tazala is spawned, you will need to target Tazala while King Dazar is mounted. But once tamed, King Dazar will dismount, you'll have the pet, and then you can finish the boss. Tazala is an incredibly detailed Ravasaur model that is the only one I am aware of that has bronze armor. So this is a great one to grab if you're shooting for more unique looks. Tazala does retain its name after taming as well. The last three types that have been added are some of the rares that are found in Battle for Azeroth Island expeditions. You can get into island expeditions at the port of Zandalar for Horde or Borealis Harbor if Alliance. These can be run solo in normal, heroic, and mythic difficulty. If you have not run island expeditions before, the goal is basically to collect Azerite to complete the scenario. The strategy for getting the pets is to collect Azerite as you go, but make sure not to complete the island expedition before you have the opportunity to search the entire island for rares. The first new tameable pets on island expeditions are the maned wolves. These have a unique look in that they have cloth bands on their legs and tails. These spawn on specific islands, so it can take some time to get all the different looks, or find the look that you are specifically targeting. The textures on these as well are a bit different from typical wolves and are taken from the wolf mounts in the game. There are 7 in total, and all of these retain their names after taming. The next type, spiked crabs, come in a maroon and a dark blue color. These spawn on specific islands, so it can take some time to get the look that you are specifically targeting, but given there are only 2 model colors, these can be quicker to get than the main wolves. The final new set of pets, Loa toads, are also found in island expeditions, and like the spiked crabs, can be difficult to find. These new toad looks are from a limited range of islands, so it can take some time to even see these available due to the nature of island expeditions. For all of these, note that only 3 islands are available each week, but what spawns on each island is randomized. There are 9 islands, so some weeks may not include islands with, for example, Loa toads. 3 new islands are used after each weekly reset, so if you're not able to find the specific pet family or specific pet you are looking for, you can wait for the weekly reset to generate the next set of islands. So we have some really cool new pets and models that we can grab from multiple pet family types in the War Within pre-patch. Outside of the island expedition pets, these are pretty easy to grab, and given we have some downtime and another week before expansion release, now is a great time to go and get these. As always, let us know how your pet hunting goes down below in the comments, and everyone, have a great day.